We're live.
All right.
Let's go, Tom.
So
We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
so here we go. Number 9. We are here at number 9. We brought a guest in town.
Hey, everybody, Brandon Warner.
In the building. Congratulations, you made it.
Good to be here. We've talked about this enough. I finally made it to one of these.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited.
You should. We've done a lot of tests. We've tried to get a lot of people scheduling. Everybody's very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we're glad that you were able to jump in and join us.
Yep.
You got a new job, right? You were trying to fix out your new job.
Exactly. The new career kind of made this happen.
So how's that going?
It's going real well. It's a lot better than what I was doing before. That new gig was, or the old gig was way too high strung, high pressure. What I got now is going great so far. My schedule going well.
Doing nothing.
Making money.
Sitting at home.
Exactly. Making podcasts with y'all
Doing
now.
advertisements
Let's
all the time.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we've been always talking about for the past few weeks of getting a guest onto the podcast, and we finally got one.
Yeah, we need new flavor. People are probably getting bored of us. I mean, the
sure.
people that do watch.
I think
For
so
sure.
too.
The
Yeah.
people that do watch, maybe this one is the one. Maybe you're the catalyst to make this go global.
Maybe.
Just like Bitcoin.
We've been trying to find that episode that's going to take us into the stratosphere, and this
Yep.
could be it.
It could be. I could be the missing factor for sure.
It could be just the guest. Maybe we just need to keep adding guests to our podcast, and that
Yeah,
would be
man.
it. That's the
That could be the theme. You know?
yeah.
For
Could
sure.
be it.
Well,
You've never done a podcast, have you?
Ever. This is my first one. Let's see how this goes.
How do you feel?
Keep my fingers crossed. Elevated heart rate. It's 96 right now.
Okay.
96 right now.
All right. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
This is only our 9th podcast that I've ever done.
we've done way better. That very first one was complete trash, in my opinion. We had
Yeah.
no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
No
If we would have brought him on episode 1, we'd be in trouble.
I'm going to wing it.
I would have felt so bad.
I mean, that's all you have to do, man. Just wing it.
Yeah, half the time we don't even know what we're talking about. We're just
still don't.
picking random shit and then we're just talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
We talked 20 minutes last episode about crap, golden poop.
Golden poop.
Oh, that's what.
Yes.
That you asked me what we talked about last time. That's what it was.
Can
yeah.
you filter gold out of poop?
That was
That's
part
what
of it.
We were saying.
That was part of it. Remember we were sitting at Cinco de Mayo and we talked about like the golden food and stuff like that and what you could make it in. And so our episode got taken over by the golden, not the food part, but the poop part, and we were
Yep.
figuring out how to do that.
Talk about one job I never want is filtering gold out of poop.
Well, what if you got the keep part?
Or a porta potty cleaner.
What if you got like a percentage of it?
I mean, the price of gold would have to be elevated greatly, which I guess it already is right now, but I don't want to filter through poop.
Dude, speaking of job, what do you think is the shittiest job? No pun intended.
Pun intended?
No pun intended on
I don't
that.
know, there's some pretty bad ones.
When I lived in Baltimore, I was walking away from a Ravens game and I saw this guy. He pulled up with his truck, and he was a porta potty cleaner. So he would go into all the porta potties at the tailgate, and he had a tube, and he would suck all the shit out into this giant tank in the back of his truck.
Would you rather do that?
That's
or,
pretty fucking bad.
Would you rather do that or like be a person that like has to climb super high on like an antenna and like try to like in like a really bad area
God.
and like you've got to try to like figure that shit out
I'm
and the
sucking
wind isn't
poop,
blowing.
bro. I'm sucking poop.
You're sucking poop.
I hate heights. I hate heights. That's an easy
I
answer
do
for
too.
me, bro.
I'm afraid of
At least
heights.
your
Easy
feet's on the
answer
ground.
for
It
me.
might
Yeah.
smell.
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, yeah.
You're strapped into
And I
the
might
ladder.
find gold.
You might find
Bro.
gold. Yeah, who knows what you can find in there.
Damn.
But yeah, you're strapped in. So like these guys like climb these antennas and if they break and stuff, and they're like hundreds of feet in the air, and
Nope.
that's all. It's just them and whatever's up
I'm
there.
with Brandon on that.
Nope.
Dude. That's a no for me.
I'm
I mean,
sucking
have you guys
poop.
ever
That's
gone?
a no
Have you guys
for
ever
me.
gone to like New York or like any tall building and gone to the very top, and you
No.
can feel it? You've never done that, like New York or
The
Chicago.
temperatures change. There's windy. You're like,
And those are massive
Yeah,
ass
yeah.
buildings. So imagine just like an antenna that you're
And
like.
some of those buildings sway a little bit
Yes.
back and forth, don't they?
Yes.
Up at the top.
Yes, they're scary.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Those antennas
fuck
are
that.
definitely oscillating at least at like multiple feet when you're up there. It's like it's not something that you have some big balls to do that kind of stuff.
I'm
yeah,
not doing
that would be a terrifying job.
I'm not doing
I
that.
bet you're getting paid pretty good though.
But sucking shit out of a porta potty at a tailgate for a football game, that's not ideal.
Might
either.
get herpes. Might find gold.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you gonna find at a porta potty at the
You can
tailgate?
find money.
At a football tailgate?
Wallets. You can buy like.
Dude.
I don't know how PG
It's
it's
like-
gonna be.
that's like
some
the-
drugs in a porta potty. You never know.
That's like the tip.
You probably absolutely find some drugs.
That's how they get tipped. They get tipped out on like whatever cash and wallets they find in like a porta john.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's just a giant tube of just sucking shit out of the toilet.
You know, someone shit their pants tailgate, and you're gonna find some like dirty underwear or somewhere. It's like, I'm just leaving these behind.
That's true.
That's
Ben.
I mean, I've done it before.
Yeah, ben, I was just about to say, been there.
Yeah. We've all
yeah.
done
Who
it in
hasn't
football
shit
games.
themselves at a football game?
Shoot, I was at UF for 5 football seasons. It's bound to happen once or twice.
Oh man.
Well, you didn't tailgate right if you didn't shit your pants at a college football game.
I would agree.
I mean, I shit my pants quite often.
Still.
People, I'll tell you what, people are gonna think we got like a fetish for shitting.
Yeah.
Last episode, and this
did
one.
talk about shit a lot.
New guest,
Back to
same
back.
topic.
We kind of do.
Damn it.
Kind of do talk about shit a lot.
Oh,
No,
man.
I mean, I'm 25. I definitely shit myself when I was 24.
It happens. You know what? Everybody's done
That was a
it.
whole 10 years ago for me.
Everybody's done it. No one can. Everybody's done it at one point or another, whether they're sick or drinking or whatever. It's all happened.
Yeah.
It's human.
For sure.
I mean, it's on accident. You just
Yeah.
try to squeak out a fart and a little bit comes out.
Yep.
Didn't
A shark.
expect it.
It's called a shark.
It's called
It
a shark.
surprised you, though.
Yes, it does. It does.
So we got a
enough
guest.
of
We got
this
some
shit.
new ideas, new things that Colin and I can't bring to the table that maybe you can help us out with.
I've got some ideas.
You got some ideas? All right,
Mhm.
we're about to make this go viral.
For sure.
We're trying,
This
man.
is the first
trying.
one.
Yeah.
We got rid of the casting couch behind us. That's
Yeah.
kind of sad.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so we had to make some improvements here. We got a new camera.
hmm
Hopefully that one works. We don't
Yeah.
know yet.
Hopefully my mic's working.
Hopefully the mic's working. We can
Yeah,
easily
yeah.
check that.
No.
Mm,
Yeah,
we'll
we
check
don't.
it later.
we
I'm
don't
sure we
need that.
can.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
mean, it can't be any worse. Like we said, like the one time Colin and I thought we were recording and we weren't. And then when I pushed supposedly recorded, stop recording, it actually started recording. So we didn't cut like the last 4 minutes of it.
So we got like the last 10
So we
seconds.
got the part where I'm saying, man, that'd be crazy if I didn't, and I didn't.
And
So
It could be the best intro ever now.
yeah. So let's get to some shit. Let's get to some fun stuff.
First
Did
topic.
you did you watch the race this past
I
weekend?
did not.
Or
I didn't.
whatever?
I actually
Kentucky
did not-
Derby.
I didn't know what was going on.
Do
but
you
I
ever
heard-
watch the Kentucky
Jesus,
Derby?
Brandon.
I do when they tell me it's
I
happening.
didn't watch it,
Yeah.
but
I don't like dress up. I ended up being at a bar that was showing it. Just happened to be during when they were actually racing. So I did watch it. But
get like the mint juleps.
Did not plan it.
Try to order like mint juleps at a bar. You dress all fancy like.
Order what?
They're called mint,
Mint
juleps.
juleps.
That's a no for me.
I don't even know what it is.
And these hats are a thing.
These
Everywhere
big ass
you go-
hats.
Everywhere you
Yeah.
go, their ladies just have one excuse to wear that one damn ugly hat that they can wear one time a year, and they wear it and they rock it strongly.
Yeah, basically it's a bunch of like Chads and Kevins and Jakes.
It's those
And
like pastel.
it's like all the frat
All the
guys.
pastels and the short shorts.
Yeah.
And the boat
True.
shoes and the boat hats.
It's all the frat guys and their parents who own the horses, and they're
So
all.
it sounds like
partying.
something I don't want to go to.
Well, there's two parts of the Kentucky Derby.
It's an excuse.
I'd
to
rather
drink.
be dressed up in a suit and look like a
It's an
boss.
excuse to drink.
We could do the two parts. You
True.
could be the rich part, the old preppy part, where you're drinking like mint juleps and stuff like that. Or my buddies went, and they went in the infield, and it's like mad chaos. It's like
Yeah.
keg stands and parties
Yeah.
and let's get wretched. Let's
That's like
fucking go.
that's like the Preakness, which is tomorrow on Saturday. It's that's
you
in
go.
Baltimore, and they have like that little infield, and it's pretty much the same thing. It's
Did you
like a
ever
big-
have
it's
to
like a
work
big
any of
party.
those?
I wish, man. I
No.
wish I could have went to the Preakness.
Is that Preakness the second of the three?
It's the second
or
one.
the,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and then Belmont's the third.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did this horse win the Kentucky Derby?
It won, yeah.
The one that we're about to bring up?
It won, and supposedly, I guess I didn't even know this, but Bob Baffer says the urine-tainted hay may have led to a positive test. So he's saying Medina Spirit failed the drug test because of urine-tainted hay.
I have heard so many different stories of why he tested positive this time. I've heard ointments, I've heard hay, I heard him just say it was some bad drug. I've heard all kinds of excuses from this Bob guy. I didn't even know who he was before this weekend.
Well, first off, let's take this guy's word at a grain of salt. Because would you say, Colin? He's already been he's had what 8 horses?
He's
This year,
won a lot.
Yeah,
but
of course.
He's
But he's
course.
tested positive
He's
for
been
steroids.
caught a few times.
When I say his horse has tested positive for steroids 8 times this year. So the first 7 were okay. It was the 8th one that drew the line. That's the one that needed, that's the one that needed to hit the press.
I mean, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
For sure.
You're trying to
That's true.
like maximize the abilities that you're trying to do.
So my understanding, and let's make this clear, is my understanding of the sport is purely through Instagram and Facebook memes. But drugs for horses are legal in the United States up to a certain point, is my understanding.
Okay.
And this horse has tested positive 8 times now. No, like for our
Wait, this
knowledge.
specific horse has?
Yes. Or
this guy, or
now
just,
that I don't know.
or just the owner. Well, hold on.
Now you have me questioning myself.
That's fine. Wait. If it's this horse, then I'm gonna like. Is this Balco?
No.
Is this like A-Rod
So-
and like
so I
Barry
know-
Bonds shit?
No,
His camp has tested positive 8
Okay.
times
Yeah, his
this
camp.
year.
Okay.
but I know in Kentucky the drug betamethasone, you're allowed in a horse. It's legal in Kentucky up to like 1.4 like micrograms or
Okay.
something. And I think this horse tested double the limit of that.
So
Do we know if it's naturally made in a horse's body or no? Do we not know that?
No, I think it's like it's a steroid.
It's like purely synthetic. So
It's
if
a
it
sta-
shows
it's
up
a
at all in a horse's body, you're like, oh, this thing
That's
has been
something
exposed to it.
I'm
Okay.
pretty positive about
It's
that.
not like testosterone for men, where like our bodies produce testosterone.
No.
But if we inject a steroid,
No, it's a
we're
steroid.
I think
Okay.
this was the cream. So it was one of the ingredients in the cream that was applied to the horse because the horse had something going on with it. And so then the horse won because now it's got little balls and huge muscles because that's what
That's what happens.
happens
a
with
lot of
steroids,
aggression.
right?
The balls shrink up.
So you can't really hide. I mean, at that point in time, we all know horses have big dicks and probably big balls, so it was easy found. Probably that's probably what they did. They probably measured it.
all they did was look at his balls.
They measured the balls.
No chemical therapy needed.
Yeah, they're like, listen, your horse's balls are small. We're testing you.
yeah. If my balls are bigger than a horse's balls, we got a problem.
Yeah.
You think that's how they test like major league athletes? Like they say, like walk into a
They just
locker
look
room
at the
when
balls.
they're-
The physical?
when the guys are taking showers after. Like we're gonna test you, and you. Your balls are substantially smaller
Show me your
than the
nuts.
rest of the team.
At the beginning of the
Yeah.
season, everybody's got to like put in like measure their balls.
Yeah, they,
like, all right,
they,
this
they
is like
get
your
up. They're like,
size.
hey, show me real quick. Okay.
All right, so we got a 1-inch diameter ball.
We're testing these
Slightly
three.
low.
Yep.
I mean, that seems super scientific. I think that
I would think.
Yeah, that's like a
Yeah,
no-brainer.
I would do it.
I don't know. Is it a piss test or is it a blood test?
So it's gotta be like I'm guessing
gotta be a
that.
blood
I think
test.
it's piss.
Well,
So for a horse,
no.
Yeah, but
there's
it's-
no way
It's
they're
gotta be
collecting
a
horse's
blood.
piss.
yeah, but why is he saying it's urine
That's a drug
tainted
test.
hay?
Well, no, they probably
It tested positive. So is it a
because the horse is a freak probably, and it ate some hay that was peed on.
Wait, you think they collected urine tainted hay, and they tested that?
No, I'm saying if it's a blood test or a urine test, like why would a urine tainted hay, would that get in your blood?
I mean, I'm assuming so.
If
Yeah,
it's a
'cause
blood
you eat
test?
it.
Yeah.
If
'Cause
it's
you're ingesting it. If you
You're
ingest
eating
it, yeah, and then it's gonna be in your blood.
Scroll down, like
let's see, field drug. Let's click
Yeah.
on that. Let's just
Yeah,
explore.
but that means the horse ingested it, and they took some type of blood test, and then they tested positive for some illegal drug.
well, this guy got after the Breeders' Cup last November got in trouble for.
well, this
positive.
horse can race tomorrow.
Which makes
Yeah.
no sense.
But it does make sense. Well, okay. It makes sense. It doesn't make sense because he cheated, right? But it does make sense because, did any of us watch this?
No.
And I would say from a promotional standpoint, this is a fantastic thing. Why wouldn't you bring this horse back? Because all of a sudden now, this is probably the best promotion or marketing that the Preakness has had in a long time. So now people are going to watch it and say,
So it has
Preakness?
Yeah.
So it has popularity now to watch the race, but do you think it has the same effect on bettors? Because now aren't bettors
Put all your money on
So
this
the
horse,
bettors
dude.
who won that race with that horse in the last race, do they have to get their money back now
No, they
because
would keep
the
it.
horse tested positive for drugs?
From what I was reading, they got to keep it.
So
if you're-
if it tests positive again and it wins again for this, the bettors will still keep their money again on this race?
I don't know, man.
guess so.
I don't know.
I mean,
how
you
that
can't,
works,
like-
actually. That's a good question.
Because
Yeah.
the bettors
I
will be
don't
all
know.
over that if they know a horse is willingly doing drugs and
Oh,
even
dude.
better than everybody else.
It says right here, Medina Spirit is the obvious favorite.
Well, you got to think like now.
So he's gonna win.
Well, you got to think now it's going to be tested before, right? They're going to have to do some they're going to have to be like, all right, we're gonna test you like as hard as you can before the race even. They're gonna know the results before it even.
It's only been what 2 weeks though. But the
the
drug still has to be in that.
But the
horse's system.
Kentucky law for how much drugs can be in the system is probably different than Maryland. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
There's not like a there's not an over
It's just it's by state.
It's not like an MLB kind of thing. It's like a state by state thing.
It's by state.
Wow.
I'm learning.
Why there's so much
Kentucky.
cheating?
That's what I'm saying. Like Kentucky, you can have 1.4 like micrograms or something of that
Maryland
drug.
has a higher
of that drug. I
tolerance.
don't know what Maryland's tolerance is for that.
That's a good point.
I don't know what that law is.
I wonder how much that.
It could be 0. It could be double.
I wonder how much that
have no
actually
idea.
helped. How much? I would love to know how much it actually helped. Like how much faster is this horse?
Ask Barry Bonds. Ask Mark McGwire. Did it help him hit home runs?
Well, yeah, but
Probably.
It probably did.
so.
Well, no, it did. But in baseball, it's different though. You got to think
It's
baseball.
still a skill.
You got to be and
You still got to hit the ball.
Yeah.
You got to hit the ball. You
still
got to
gotta
have
hit the
eye
ball.
contact. You can hit the.
Yeah.
We've seen
But
massive
being
ass
able to
dudes.
recover that much quicker, being able to hit the ball with less effort that much
True.
quicker,
True.
it's still going to help you.
True.
But still, like, it's horse racing is just running. Like that's just all muscle. Like
Steroids
But
had
recovery, how much are they running? Like how hard can they push when they're running? Like steroids have a huge effect on a horse.
steroids also like cause injury though.
yeah.
Well, that's one. That's a whole different topic. But that's why so many horses are being put down that we like. No one's. Let's not even talk.
Yeah, but you were talking about like Barry Bonds, like, the recovery part. Like if he's going hard, he's more susceptible to injury though. Like tearing a muscle. Like that's also.
But they also have HGH, which makes you heal quicker, and like it actually helps you regenerate everything quicker.
Yeah. I mean, Barry Bonds is the best hitter in baseball of all time, I think.
Period.
For sure.
Outside of Pete Rose.
He used a 32-inch bat and had the quickest bat screen of all time.
Maybe.
Quickest bat screen, like hip turn of all time.
I mean, Pete Rose, most hits of all time. Dude should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame. Did not do steroids. He just bet on baseball as a manager, not even as a player.
Yeah.
And
as a hitter, Barry Bonds was a much better hitter than like a Sammy Sosa or Mark McGwire.
Well,
even though he hit home runs,
dude,
you could not get a ball past Barry Bonds, and that's why they walked him so much.
Yeah,
They even like started talking about like changing the rules because of how much they were walking Barry Bonds.
And he still ended up with like almost 800 home runs in his career.
And it was so bad for baseball because all we wanted to do was see him hit, and they were just walking him every time.
Yeah, Barry Bonds is the greatest hitter of all time, I think so.
I would definitely.
I mean, I don't think he would have needed.
Tony Gwynn was also fucking amazing at hitting.
But all around.
Well, how can How can you say that from a hitter standpoint? How can you say that those guys are better when Pete Rose had more hits and averaged more hits a season? How can you say that those guys are better hitters? I'm not asking.
I'm saying all around. I mean, you have to take into effect like RBIs, on base percentage, walks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think overall, I mean, we can look at numbers. I don't have on top of my head.
You could
I think
easily.
Barry Bonds probably had a better on base percentage, just because of how many walks he had.
On base, OPS.
Yeah, and just having him on base helps the team out.
Home runs have a big thing to do with it. Yeah. Power
having
has
that
a lot
one
to do
player,
with it.
like even like it's very rare, and especially in baseball, to have that one player that like changes the team. And Barry Bonds was that guy because he either got the home run or he got on base, which gave you a much higher percent of actually getting a run.
Pete Rose had a lot of hits, but he didn't get walked nearly as much as.
Let's pull this up. Let's see this real fast. We're talking about this. Well, I want to know the on base percentage because that takes into account walks, right?
For sure.
So I want to know the on base percentage of Barry Bonds compared to
lifetime. Yeah,
Pete Rose.
Let's get Pete Rose in there.
And then what do you want to do? Tony Gwynn as well, because Tony Gwynn is very good. Probably not at their level though.
No, dude. Tony Gwynn did not strike out. I'm telling you, that guy got on base just as much. All right,
on base.
There you go. Scroll to the top. There you go. Very top. Yeah, you can see the totals right there.
375.
Dude had 4,200 hits.
375.
4,200 hits.
Holy shit! I didn't know Pete Rose had that many hits.
Absolutely.
I knew he had over 3,000, but I didn't know he had 4,200.
But he only had 160 home runs. That's
absurd.
the thing.
But like his
on base. Oh, look at that! 444. Not even close.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, and how many runs? How many runs?
Okay.
2,200. Go back to Pete Rose. How many runs? Oh, those are pretty close. He was only off by 100.
See, Barry Bonds' OPS is higher than Pete Rose because of
on base percentage.
Walks.
It's literally because of walks.
But that's a huge factor. You give your team that much more of a chance.
Well, that would make you a better
runner.
Batter,
Look
but
at the
see-
runs.
I don't know if that
See,
would.
you gotta look at-
100 and
That would make you a
2200.
better hitter. That
But
makes you a better batter.
you have to look at the at bats. So
Okay.
Pete Rose had 14,000 at bats. Look at his RBIs. He had 1,300. Look at his at bats, 9,000,
Wow.
almost 2,000.
Well, who-
RBIs.
And his OPS and his
So-
slugging was higher, and everything else was higher.
But
on Barry Bonds.
who is once again what position in the lineup did Pete Rose hit? What was his? Where was he hitting, second or first? He's definitely
Pete
gonna have
Rose
less
is
opportunity.
definitely top 3.
Yeah, but he's gonna have a correct.
Yeah, but overall,
he's gonna have a less
definitely had
opportunities.
bigger
Plus
impact on his team.
WAR is like the new major stat in
What was Barry
baseball.
Bonds?
His is a 79. Barry Bonds is
Holy shit!
It's not
I mean
even
that.
close.
Okay.
It's
All
not
right.
Curse on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
What do you?
all right, all right.
What are we
I don't know. I'm a new guy.
when we upload the podcast onto YouTube,
Yeah.
we'll make sure we hit above 18 plus.
Okay.
I mean, we'll
yeah,
only
we're good.
the
know
parts
how
that
this
we'll
works.
make sure that when you say something embarrassing, we'll definitely keep that.
Yeah, for sure.
But cursing, no, we'll take that
I'm talking
out.
about the Bachelor when they kept all the.
What was
bad stuff.
that?
It was great, huh?
Yeah. So we don't know till the end of the month,
Oh,
right?
I was talking about the previous one. But
Oh,
we
we'll slip
can't
that
talk-
one in there.
We definitely can't talk about that
Slip
one right now.
That one in there. That might be
No,
something.
No, we definitely can't talk about that.
That might be
No,
something
yeah.
soon.
And no, maybe yeah. I'll be another guest when if
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll get it.
Also a 7-time MVP, 12-time Silver Slugger. award.
Everything about Barry Bonds' stats were better.
I mean,
than
I love-
his
Pete
hits.
Rose won 1 Silver
How
Slugger.
many hits did Barry Bonds have?
10th.
Oh, wow. Look how many less hits he had, but look at how many more everything
Almost.
else.
I mean, I was just playing devil's advocate because I believe Barry Bonds is like the best offensive
sure.
player outside
Barry
of
Bonds is the
probably
best.
the future, maybe Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, yeah.
In the
see,
future?
we'll
In the
see.
future, by the time we'll
I-
see when Mike Trout's done,
Shit, we thought Pujols was going to be the.
I agree with you, man. I
Almighty.
think
Mike Trout is like
Mike Trout is having himself a fucking career of a year.
For
right
sure.
now.
what a like
The
since
Angels,
the
man, just keep locking him down. All of the good people.
well, what a crazy thing! Like he chose to stay there, and they
And
suck.
Mike Trout's WAR is going to be above anyone's.
The Angels have not.
Let's
He's been in the
find out.
playoffs like one time in his whole career, and he decided to stay there.
Why am I on
His
this one?
stats. Real quick.
No, I gotta get it. There we go. This is the website.
He decided he's already at
His
70.
WAR is already at 76, and he has like at least.
Oh, so
another-
that's a career thing? It's not like just a season by season?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only 29.
I don't even know what the
He's 29 years
formula is
old.
for war.
wins above
Well-
replacement.
Yeah. So I guess it's how much. What is it? How
So,
much
like,
you
if-
could impact a game to.
His on base
Yes,
percentage is on
yeah.
par with Bonds. Slugging is probably right there as well.
Dude, he is, and he's
He's already at almost 1,500 hits.
How old is he?
29.
And
29.
has
He's only
300
29.
home runs.
He's got 310 home runs. He's on pace.
He'll hit 500 for sure, and then he'll definitely get
Oh,
3,000
easily,
hits.
easily. He
Oh
get,
no,
he
he's
a-
only halfway. He's only
Bro,
halfway to 3,000.
he averages-
3,000 hits is such a huge stat, like it's such a huge like career accomplishment.
He
in
averages
baseball.
30 at least like 30 home runs a year. Look at these. 45, 39, 33, 41,
You're right,
36,
That's
30.
still 10 years. Or no, that's
He's got
shit.
another 10
That's
years.
10 and 2/3 years.
He just signed a like 13-year contract with the Angels. He's got
Yeah.
at least 10 years.
When
He's-
I was doing math in my head. It was all wrong.
Because like you gotta think about it. 'Cause, yeah, that's at least 5 years.
no,
That's at least
10,
5 years.
10 and 2/3
Dude.
of 10 is what I meant. If you play it back, it'll make sense.
Ah, Jesus.
And we'll just look at
Well, like also in baseball, you can be a DH. So once he's like unable to field, which he's a phenomenal fielder as well, then he can just play DH
Yeah.
and just swing for the just be awesome.
Great
at that.
defense, great arm, great teammate.
Yeah.
I've
Tony
heard
Gwynn.
about him.
I mean, Tony Gwynn was he was a great hitter. I mean, if we look at his career strikeouts,
Oh, yeah,
I
he was the
mean,
guy that never struck out, didn't
he
he?
did not strike out more than 40
40
times in a
times.
season.
All right, if we want to talk
That's
about
fucking
if we want to keep talking about
stupid.
baseball, what do you think about this Fernando Tatis contract? Longest contract of all time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I
these
think
young, these
I think
young guys.
Tatis is going to be a man.
You think he's gonna be stuck for that long though? Is it worth signing a baseball player for that many years?
I think you're also doing if they're smart, which he signed with the Padres, right?
Yeah.
So if you're smart, you're doing it from a marketing standpoint as well, because these young guys are bringing like a new wave of excitement to the game. Like hopefully, like baseball's so old and antiquated.
Yeah.
Like if you bring in these young guys and allow them to like do the bat flips and like be more emotional in the game, and that's what Tatis brings as well as phenomenal. I think he's a great baseball player.
Right.
But he also brings this excitement, this young it's fun to play baseball. Like that's something that his value is way more off the field than it is on the field, because that's how you get these young people. That's how you recruit, because right now baseball, in my opinion, baseball's dying.
For sure.
I don't know, you can
I
think
don't
differently,
think
but
so.
they don't
think
do
so at
as
all.
good at marketing. You got the NBA, the NFL. You know, they
I
don't.
think if any sport is dying, it's the NBA.
But they're so
No, absolutely.
Baseball for sure.
The ratings of NBA is brutal.
I think they were all of them.
Baseball,
Though. It's
for
all
sure.
of them.
And I hate to see it because I played it so much growing up, but just on the same thing you were saying, Fernando Tatis pushes the limits of like what baseball etiquette is. And because we all played baseball growing up, we know the things that you're supposed to do and not do. But then you see this guy come up, he does his backflips, he does the things where he might taunt the pitcher, but like we're in a certain day and age where the pitcher is going to taunt him back. And even they even had a whole report on this like recently where some Cubs pitcher was doing it and he hit a home run off of him. And the next time they met, he struck him out a couple times, and it was a good rivalry. Like it was a healthy rivalry. The pitcher was cool with it, the batter was cool with it, and I think that's what the fans need. They want to see this aggression. They want to see these guys do these backflips or I don't know,
have fun.
Stare at a pitcher and a pitcher stare at a batter, and it be okay without fighting. Like we want that kind of camaraderie. We want these rivalries, but we don't need it to be as physical as a hockey kind of sport.
No.
We don't need the fights. But we at least want it to be exciting and fun for the youth to actually like want to watch this again. Because unless you actually played baseball, no one wants to watch that stuff.
But like the market is always going to be behind basketball, and baseball fails in the marketing of their young superstars. In my opinion, like
Dude, I think
it's so
How
bad.
baseball survives though is the amount of games they have. Like so they have TV contracts and they have 162 games that they have to air and get paid for. Now if it's 9 innings of 3 hours of all right, they might score some runs here, might hit a home run here, or we might get a no hitter. Like that's pretty much the only things you really root for is either a good pitching game with a no hitter or a bunch of home runs.
But even like last year when we had the COVID thing and they had to shorten season, that was kind of fun because they shortened that and like maybe the season's too long.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like in basketball, I feel like maybe basketball's too long. If you like make the seasons shorter on those two sports, that's why football, no matter what's going to happen, football will always be
football's.
king.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
always
really
can't
in
be.
tennis, they made a shot clock or a serve clock. You have to serve the ball when a point ends. You have 30 seconds to serve the ball until the next point has to be played, or you get a fault. Same thing in baseball. I think they might have to implement that into pitchers. Like, hey, you need to pitch next ball. They already have the shot clock in pitching.
They have a pitch clock
in MLB.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, I'm behind the game then.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even that in itself is like only so much. Like it's just from baseball as a business standpoint, I just don't think they do a good enough job at.
But the
getting these young people.
ratings in 2021 are already higher than 2020,
Which
and
is
everybody was sitting in,
Inside.
There was just a lot. I will say this, and from a rating standpoint, last year was.
And they just signed a new contract with ESPN.
Yeah.
For another
MLB did.
Yeah, like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
So like ratings last year, it's so hard to like compare that because let's be honest here, like everybody was home, right? And then you threw every sport. I think all sports were playing like one time. Like that only happens like once a year, like in October or whatever. Like when you have like a hockey, football, like. But like all last year because of COVID, they like shut it all like crammed it all into one.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, everybody's home. Let's be honest here. We're watching Netflix, Apple TV. We're watching all this streaming stuff. So if you're not interested at sports, there's so many other things that came out that you're watching. I had a list of
Rocket League,
play video games. I watch
video
Twitch.
games are huge.
Yeah.
I go on Twitch
Huge.
and I'm watching.
Twitch is
people
blowing.
play video games.
Athletes play video games. Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, man. Who's the guy from the Phoenix Suns? Devin Booker.
Booker. He's
Dude,
huge.
he's a huge streamer on Twitch.
Anthony Davis.
And a lot of people would much rather watch him play video games than play
It's good
basketball.
and bad.
Which is wild.
You get someone like Durant on there, and he's just like cursing all everyone. Like, oh, it's okay for him to do it, but someone like Leonard will say one bad word and get ostracized.
Well, that's a bad
It
word.
was a bad
Yeah.
word. I agree. But he lost his job over it, and now Durant over the whole Rappaport thing, he still has his job.
Yeah, because
Yep.
Rappaport's a bitch.
We all agree with that. We all agree with that. But did you see?
He deserved
Durant's-
everything he got.
Did you
He
see
is an
Durant's
asshole.
rants
Yes.
and the things he
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Yes, but that was okay.
Yeah, it was okay because Rappaport is a fucking bitch.
I know where you're
gosh.
coming from with this, and I agree with you,
Oh.
but Rappaport does suck. If there was one like white guy that deserved it, it's fucking Rappaport.
Yeah.
He sucks.
We
Well,
all
he's a
hate
bitch.
Rappaport. I agree with that. But like,
I know what you're
you
saying.
see
I
one
know what
NBA
you're
athlete
saying.
who
I know what you're
got
saying.
completely shunned and extricated or extra.
He literally said that he was going to come to his
Exonerated.
house and like beat the fuck out of him. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, we're good." Okay.
That's communicated. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Hey,
mispronounce
man, let
words
it
all the
out,
time.
man.
I
This is-
mispronounce words all the time. I can barely
I
talk.
worked my head out.
After like the
one,
after the beer, I'm just like, oh shit.
I mean, you forced me to
Yeah.
take 2 shots before we do this. So
But I will say that. So, but going back to the Twitch and the athletes, like Anthony Davis just recently had like Tyler told me had like a 40-point game, like blew it up within 45 minutes of the game being over. He was on NBA 2K playing
Live
live
streaming.
with people, playing live. They were jumping on like that. Shit's like awesome. Like baseball. Like I follow Bryce Harper. He tries to do it, but I just think in general baseball does a horrible job at marketing their young people.
They're getting better,
Which is
like,
good.
Their rules,
They have to.
Their rules are a lot less strict. Like you can wear cleats and stuff that are like that like express your personality. Like
Yeah.
you can like customize your cleats and you can wear all this stuff now.
Can't basketball do that too now?
It used to be really. I don't know about basketball. Yeah, I think basketball you can wear.
Oh, basketball's
shoes.
like custom
Anything
shoes.
goes.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, all you need are shoes. That's all you really need to wear.
But that's what
That's the
baseball
only
needs.
thing you
Baseball
pay
needs to
for.
get with the times. Like that's how you like. I will say,
Well, Rob Manfred's a fucking idiot. Man.
yeah, he sucks.
He fucking sucks.
He sucks. But
He's a dumbass.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so man, what?
Hold
I'm
on.
amazed that we went from horse racing.
I was thinking
baseball.
the same thing.
I mean, we get time together. Steroids. I guess we get time together with steroids.
We definitely started with horse racing and steroids and got into baseball somehow right away.
I'll tell you what though. I try to watch that race, the Preakness, to see if that horse will
Is
win.
it tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
I'm going golfing, but I'll try to watch it and just see if he wins.
You're going golfing tomorrow?
I am going golfing.
Play tennis
Oh
tomorrow.
man. Play tennis?
Yep, that's what I do.
He's a tennis guy. I would blow
Big
my
tennis
knee
guy.
out.
Good for you. What time are you playing golf?
11.
Can't hit
Right
a
in the middle
golf.
of the heat.
Man.
Can't hit a golf.
One more in before I head out for the week.
All right. Hold on.
So-
Can we pause this?
Back up real quick.
Yeah.
Let's pause it for 1
All
second.
right.
I gotta take a piss.
Pause it. This everything else we'll just like talk.
I'll just edit. I'll just edit this out.
Oh, show! Holy smoke!
We Gucci.
There we got a new Kobe Bryant bobblehead.
Sunshine.
So this is Mike Clevenger.
Hmm.
My buddy got it from me. He went up to Cleveland. So this was like a bobblehead night. This is the newest one, Kobe. Kobe's
Nice.
my newest one. Superman is the one that's had the most damage, as you can tell.
He's got some nicks in his hair.
Yeah, so I kind of I'm growing more on Superman because it's almost like the movies and the comics. You know how like he dies and then he brings back the dead. He's fallen over twice and snapped his legs,
Oh shit.
and I had to glue them back on together. It's
Damn.
terrifying. Like, so Colin and I have
I
to.
like Jonathan Isaac. I think it's my favorite one.
Yeah,
Go
that's
Magic.
a good one. I got my Baker. I should get a Miles Garrett one. I feel like he's like a maybe there's like a dinosaur one. But like so Colin and I had to like lift this up and bring it over from my office, and then that's how you get the Star Wars. That's how you get this whole table over here.
Where's your office?
So technically, it would go over here,
Oh, okay,
in the
okay.
corner.
I thought you meant like another room. I was like, he had to.
I make
he
a
had
whole
to-
new
he had to
office.
leave from your office and bring the table all the way over here.
Yeah, we had. You'll
Yeah.
notice after we do this one, you'll notice that we have this whole back, like. So this used to be where my couch was.
Yeah.
So I moved it over there just so we can fit it because we got the new camera, we got everything going. I think we might pick this. This is like the good route. I'd love to keep the couch. The couch has to come back though because of gaming.
Video games, yeah,
Yeah, but
for sure.
how was that?
I like how we did one topic and talked nothing about that topic. Maybe like 2 seconds about it.
That's how it kinda
And then
works.
it's morphed.
I mean, that's kind of how
Heart
it
rate
works.
still is 94. Let's go.
I had to pee so bad.
I mean,
That's the first time I've ever peed in the middle of a podcast.
Well, we did have a few more beers
Should
than
we get more
normal.
beers? I'm empty.
You
I
got
mean,
one?
we're paused
You got
now,
one?
so if we're gonna do something,
Did you actually
like-
pause it? Pause it?
No, I'm just
Oh,
gonna.
we
I'm
recorded all that. Oh, we talked about
It's-
bobbleheads. For
yeah,
a
we're
minute.
still.
That
still
might be
recording.
like if you make the episode, that'll be like you have credits. You have credits in the episode. It'll be like your little like
Yeah.
5-minute thing after the credits.
Well, no,
us just talking about bobbleheads.
Well, not even that. You could do like not even that. Like I've seen a lot of podcasts where
People just get up and
people
go.
just get up and leave, and then we can edit out the leading part. And yours,
Probably could. Yeah, we could do that.
like we're talking about. We were going through the bobbleheads. He was wondering
It's like who's Sunshine?
Sunshine pitcher.
Jonathan Isaac, my favorite.
Dude,
Magic.
the LeBron James with the championship trophy is my all-time favorite, just because
And then he
that's the
said how many
catch.
times he broke Superman's
Broke
legs.
Superman. Don't pick him up by. Come on, bro.
It makes it more bobbly.
No, it doesn't, man. You can't be picking.
You gotta stretch the spring out, bro.
You can't be doing that. Dude, this guy has fallen like 4 times.
Dude, you literally.
I have to.
Legs. They're both.
Be very careful. He's a fragile Superman.
They're both super glued.
Put this like somewhere where I can like. It does like knock something over.
Do you guys need anything?
I think we're
Over
good.
there. Put it on the ground.
I don't know. I got one more. Did you drink both of yours?
Yeah.
I'm about to.
Yeah.
You drink both of them?
I drink.
We'll get them. Let's get another one.
Holy
You know what?
shit.
We can take a break. I got pee real fast. I might as well.
Dude, I was about to say I was about to piss my pants.
Let's keep it running.
I literally couldn't think anymore.
I literally couldn't think anymore.
I couldn't. Keep that there.
All right, so
Keep in
what's the
mind-
next topic?
So we can jump into. So you haven't heard this? I want to jump into Tiger.
All right.
Tiger.
Well, we'll do like a little.
What do you want to do?
What was that? We got to make it like kind of a smooth transition.
No, we don't. No, we don't have to do anything. We don't. First off, this is our podcast. We don't have to do shit. We'll get out. Let's clean up all the dirt.
You know what, man? Yeah.
What if it's everything we got on?
We're better.
steroids?
We're better off. It's better when we just like roll with it.
Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, that
Like-
fucking tiger.
Yo, yeah.
I don't even know that story. You're the
Dude,
one that's
okay,
been
so I got
talking
this
about
Tiger.
it.
So I can't believe you guys haven't heard this one. So
I haven't talked.
Houston.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So in Houston,
It's on the loose.
yeah. So
Still?
yeah, no, it's still. So in Houston, we'll say like a development like we live in, a tiger got loose.
When?
This was like 2 weeks ago,
And
May
it's still
11th.
loose?
Who the fuck
Yeah.
has a
This
tiger?
is 3 days ago, dude. It got this
Was
guy.
this Mike Tyson and living in Houston?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's
Well, you
not.
know that I don't know if it's still true, but for a while there, just recently, there was more tigers in captivity than in the wild.
It's still like
no,
that.
more tigers in the state of Texas that people own than in the wild.
I can sadly believe that.
I know
Yeah.
that from Tiger King, and I heard they're actually making extension to Tiger King because of how popular it was. Side note.
Yeah. Well, no,
Oh,
like
what a
exotic
bomb
animals
that
are
was. That was a good bomb right there.
exotic animals are a big thing.
Huge.
So they're coming out with like a new.
They're like the director that made the actual Tiger King is having an extension now about his post life now since that documentary because of how popular it was. It was a cult.
Dude,
following.
what a crazy show.
Yeah,
Tiger King, man.
I enjoyed it.
That
Yeah.
was like, honestly, that was at the beginning of the pandemic, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was probably the best thing that could have ever came out at that time
For
Yes.
sure.
for
Agreed.
anybody.
Agreed.
I binge watched it. It was
That was
incredible.
like one thing that came out that everyone could talk about, and really like everyone, no matter who you were or what you believed in, like love that show.
It was like an innocent time. That was right when the lockdowns happened. We were
Yeah.
all innocent. We had 2
Yep.
weeks. We're like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's all we're in it for.
Did she kill her husband?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Everyone says yes.
Yes.
Did she
agree.
kill her
I
husband?
agree.
She chopped them up
Absolutely.
and she fed it to the tigers.
You know what you have to
Well,
do? You have to put sardine oil on the body, and then the tiger will eat the body. That's what she
Yes.
said. She knew. She knew
She
what to
knows
do.
how
She
she
knew
did
it.
She
it.
knew what to do.
And she
She's a
moved.
savage.
She like wasn't his car was moved from a hangar,
Yeah.
claiming that he flew out from this. He flew from somewhere. I don't even
Yeah.
know. But his
Yeah.
plane crashed in the
Never
middle of the
came
ocean.
back.
And so, like the car, the investigators were saying that the car was moved after he was.
She killed him. For
She's
sure.
a savage.
100%.
Carol Baskins just got away with murder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what if she did this? Like she just like got in the car, she flew it up, and the plane is parachuted out. Let the plane crash. Put like a dead body, like a fake body in there. Crashed. Boom. And then she just fed it to. Then she fed the real body though.
I mean, you also have to consider maybe this is that guy's plan of getting off the grid. You
That's
know?
what she said. She's like, oh, he had all his money. He's gonna spank his own death and just go to the island somewhere and never come back. And that's what she
So
did.
what do you think? So how do you think that conversation goes between the husband and the wife? Right? Because she
She can't see him after that.
Right. Exactly.
Ever.
Right.
Yeah.
But like they probably didn't expect. That at the time when it happened. They didn't.
Documentary to happen.
Yeah, they didn't expect the documentary to happen, right? They probably, if it's true, if he did actually fly away and is in some island with all of his money and he's hiding, they probably didn't expect a documentary to come out however
Yeah.
many years later.
Right.
And now everybody thinks that and he can't come out and she can't say, no, he's here, and he's not gonna come out and say, I'm here. So
Yeah.
now she's just gotta live with it that she killed him.
But Joe thinks his body is in some kind of well on her property. Isn't that what it was?
Huh?
Like his remains were. He thinks that she fed him to the tigers, but his remains can be found
That guy's
like
wild.
in a well.
Yeah.
That dude drugged people to marry them.
Mm-hmm.
He is a whole character in himself.
That show was freaking nuts, man. Those people that can take care of those wild animals and get their freaking arms bitten off, and good for you.
Well, that's a whole like community.
And not even get paid for it. They barely even got paid.
It's like a cult, man.
It's like a whole.
It kind of, dude. It literally is a cult.
I don't know if it would. No, I want to know if you would say it's a cult.
I would say it's. I would say it's.
Resemble cultish.
I would say it's. I would agree with him that it's a cult. They didn't get paid, and they all live in the same area.
Yeah, but like I don't know if I would.
They were provided housing. They didn't get paid, but they still did the job, and they believed in something.
The one person got her arm. His arm got bit off, and then kept the job after that.
Yeah, but like if you they
That's not a cult?
I don't think so. You know what I think is cults?
What?
The people on the far left and the people
Dedication.
on the far right. Those are in cults.
I
Those are
agree.
cultish
And
people.
you can't agree on anything
They
in the
can't.
middle.
You agree?
True.
The
True.
people. Those are the biggest cults in the United States right now. Are the far right people and the far left people. That's the biggest cult in all the United States. The people getting their arms bit off because they don't have proper like fencing for tigers, and they don't have like they don't do proper. That's just being dumb.
Yeah.
That's just like enjoying to be around big ass cats, not knowing a different life. Like that's a whole life like that you're just there.
Yeah.
Like you don't know any better. Like even if you do, like imagine like minus the fact that like your arm's getting bit off. If I'm hanging out with big ass cats, it's kind of cool.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
I
But
mean, I'm terrified of my small ass cat, and it has no front claws.
dude,
I wouldn't do the front.
so glad
let's
your
put
cat
your
doesn't have
cat in a
claws.
zoo.
Yeah, I
Idiot.
wouldn't do a big cat.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Good
shit.
God. She's got something going. Your cat's got something going on with her mouth right now, where she's got like swollen lips. She's got like some kind of bacterial.
She's probably out there eating lizards and shit like that.
No,
Well,
yeah, she's killing everything.
the thing
out
is,
there.
like, she's got a monitor. She actually, I rolled my chair over my dog's tail. Didn't mean to, and the dog is crying.
Oh,
The cat
no.
comes in, and mind
Laughing.
you, the cat and the dog are fighting constantly. Cat comes in and look, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And the dog, like, I'm cleaning up the pee because the dog's now scared. I go to walk out, and the cat stares at me and then swipes at me. I'm like, okay, that's normal, which it is.
It is.
So as I walk, so normally
Very.
she like swipes and like chills like in one spot, you know. As I walk around, she is prowling like a predator after me, and I'm
because
like, this
you
is.
injured your dog.
And I think it's because I injured one.
Part of the
She
family.
comes after me and starts swiping. I'm like, what the hell? I walk around my kitchen, and she is actively prowling after me.
oh,
And I'm like,
she's like a little
dude,
leopard.
I am terrified. I go around, and then she comes underneath the bar stools, like coming at me and starts swiping at me. Dude, I am scared.
Part of the family now.
Do you
bro.
think she
Yeah, we're part of the family.
loves? She
I
loves.
think it's
Sunny?
a love-hate relationship. I think she hates it
It's
when
like,
like
don't
Sunny, like,
mess.
in the face?
You
all the
can't.
time.
It's kind of like one of those things. Like you can't yell at my daughter, but I can.
Yes, yes. Dude,
You
I was
know?
like, she protected.
You
that thing.
can't fuck with her, but I can.
She was upset at me
Oh,
for
that's
hurting a
cute.
dog, and I a little like outside. Once I was done being
It's a little
terrified.
heartwarming.
Once I was done
a little
being terrified by a
heartwarming.
cat with no front claws, then I was like, oh, good for her. She's like an old cat.
At
It's
least,
a little
at least your
heartwarming.
cat's contained in a cage, at least considering the house is a cage. Same thing in Tiger King. Those tigers were caged. You know it wasn't caged? This fucking tiger.
Dude, so not even
How
that.
did this tiger
This
get?
tiger.
How did this tiger get out? And then you told me some dude on parole was the one who had the
Yeah.
tiger.
So this guy, I think this guy who
Oh,
Carol
There's
Baskin.
an article.
There
in
she
the
is.
She
article.
wants the tiger.
How did this tiger get
She's
out?
not.
Where did it come
first
from?
off,
How did it-
Carol Baskins is not happy with her current husband, so she wants a new tiger to
Mhm.
feed to her husband to the new tiger.
Yep, for sure.
She doesn't. She's not happy with her new
Sardine
husband.
I'm just saying. That's probably why she wants it.
Sardine oil.
I mean, the guy kind of was a square.
But like, so this guy that
Very much.
I don't know if he owned it.
He was a
Very much.
square.
Well, he did what dude, those pictures that they were taking. He was like dressed up as a cat, and she had like a leash on him.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't this located in Oklahoma?
So this is in Houston.
Tiger King
Houston.
was.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma.
Tiger
yeah.
King was, and then Carol Baskin's in Florida.
But
Yeah.
Tiger
She-
King's in Florida.
No,
Yeah.
no,
opposite.
Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin's in Florida.
Oh.
And
Tiger King's in
Joe
Oklahoma.
Exotic's in
Got
Oklahoma.
it all wrong.
Did you even watch the show?
No.
Are you not a part of the tiger like community?
You're not part of the movement, are you?
I should know this.
But like this guy who owned the tiger, I don't know if he owned it, but he was like on parole. So they caught him. They caught the guy who owned the tiger, but the tiger's still loose, prowling
How
around.
did a guy on parole get a tiger?
I don't know. I mean,
is this a common thing in Texas?
It's Texas.
Hey,
man.
callers, come on.
Texas,
callers.
you
It is
Yeah.
Texas.
you can do whatever you want in Texas.
I mean, if you can get a tiger in a
Texas?
state, it's probably Texas.
Now see what this is. So they caught the
It's
guy.
either Texas or Florida.
Look
Yeah,
this guy up, or
always.
look up the thing. So the guy, type in like Houston. I don't know.
What
So
am I
it said
looking up here now?
man who fled got caught. Who's the guy? The guy was on parole or something.
Houston Tiger guy.
He's out on bond. Bond's
Cuevas.
out.
All right, let's look him up. Victor Cuevas.
Here we go.
We're going with
So that makes the story even crazier. It's like not only is there a tiger loose, but it gets tied to this gentleman who's
on parole
on parole.
or
So this guy has, so this guy is like an exotic animal trader, and that was his tiger, and he was
Okay.
leasing bond, evading. Okay, so this is a whole different one. Yeah, he evoked his bond on a murder case. He was about to go to jail for a murder
it's
case,
the next tiger.
and then he got caught
What?
with a tiger.
It's the next Carol
What
Baskin.
a wild story!
Next Carol Baskin.
What a
Probably-
world we live in.
Probably fed his wife with that tiger.
Dude. Oh, man.
At first, I saw the video of the tiger when it popped up on Twitter, and I was like, "This is crazy." And then when they added in this guy, I was like, "This makes the story even like more crazy, like even more crazy that the guy's like
On parole.
probably should have been in jail."
And was an animal trainer.
What a
I don't know, dude.
the life of
If we
Exotic
were doing this podcast right now and a tiger just like walked across the street,
it would be awesome.
what are we doing?
We're look out the
the
window.
doors.
No, I mean, a tiger's not. It's not a velociraptor. It's not opening.
You
the
gotta
doors.
look after Sonny though. You
I'm
But
know?
it's
locking
how
the
is it
doors.
getting in the house? It's
It's
not.
not
What is it?
going in my
No,
car.
it's a tiger.
I'm sleeping here tonight.
Okay, so how is the tiger getting in the house?
It
Turns the
can,
doorknob.
dude,
it has
it
a
can
palm.
fucking-
It has a palm.
It's a cat.
What do
It's a
you
giant
mean?
It
cat.
has a palm.
You have a
And-
screen
and
door.
toes.
But it's got to get through the fence.
You've got
That's
to
easy
bro.
for a tiger to get through your
Your
fence.
cat and dog already dig holes
You think tigers
underneath
can't
that
jump?
fence.
But then it's got to get through the screen door, and then it's got to get.
Claws the screen. It's through that now.
That's got to have a
the
glass.
screen door is nothing.
You
We
guys
can
are
just-
overestimating how strong tigers are.
I think
To
you're
shoot 'em-
underestimating
to
how
shoot 'em,
strong
You
tigers
are
are.
underestimating.
No,
By far.
If that thing charged through your fence in the backyard, it's
You're
going to be
done.
loud.
He's jumping the
through there.
fence.
but it's not.
And then you have a screen door, and then you have a glass door that's going to
Yeah.
protect
I
you.
don't-
That thing's going through both.
Yeah.
I don't think
What?
a tiger's going to charge through anything.
If it's
If he
sunny and wants
you,
it, or
if he wants you,
Yeah.
you're done.
He's not going to know what's going on back there.
you think that.
I
That's what
know
happens.
You're wild.
This thing is tiger proof. This house is tiger proof.
Is that what you asked your contractor?
It's part of
please,
the-
Please make my house tiger proof.
It's part of the.
It's in the contract.
Yeah, it's on the contract.
Okay,
Make sure
okay.
no tigers can.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my
Just making
god.
sure.
You guys are crazy to think a tiger can even get in this house if I have all the doors locked.
I mean, if it wanted to.
If it wanted
okay,
to,
if it got to the back,
probably.
if it got into the back,
Mhm.
I could see they get to the screen door, but it's not getting through the glass.
Yeah.
I mean, you see
If I
bears.
wanted to.
You see bears all. You
Yeah.
see bears all the
If it
time in
wanted to,
Florida. You see videos
yeah.
of bears all the time in Florida. They're not getting through glass doors. They're not
I
getting
think,
into
I think
doors.
you're overestimating the thickness of your glass door.
No, if a bear can't get into it, then why would a tiger be able to?
I think a bear can get in through it.
When have you seen any videos of a bear getting through someone's breaking through someone's back door?
If they really wanted to.
I don't think so. Maybe they don't.
For sure. Single pane, quarter
No.
inch.
I don't
Game
think
over.
so.
I think so.
No.
I would think so.
I think
I
it's.
don't know.
That.
Oh yeah. So I got this because we never know. Sometimes we run out of stuff to say if we're bored stuff.
We still got
It's
gas.
Florida man. Oh yes, the gas. So these motherfuckers
Dumbass or Floridians.
are putting. First off, let's preference this. There was the Colonial.
The hacker hacked
hacker.
hacked the pipeline and somehow shut it down but the pipeline does not even go through Florida or supply.
Because we get all of our gas from the ports.
Yes, my understanding is we don't get any of our gas from that pipeline.
Except unless you're on the border, right? The Florida-Georgia border, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
But like where we live in Central Florida, anywhere south of that has not affected
It's
at all.
all from the ports.
So everyone started freaking out and started taking their Tupperware to the gas stations and filling that shit up.
Dude.
I'm like, you do know that our Tupperware is not made to withhold gas or withstand gas, and gas goes through plastic.
Can you imagine?
So you're just sitting there with Tupperware full of gas in your garage, and eventually it's just going to eat right through that shit.
You think
so? All these people with grocery bags that have
that's just game over.
That
the first night, that's game over. Tupperware might last like a week.
These are the same people that got like 1,000 rolls of toilet paper, and they're sitting in their closet chilling with all this toilet paper. So now they have gas and toilet paper chilling at their house. They're great for hurricanes, though.
All these uninformed Floridians are over here just like 30 minutes, hour lines.
It's not just Florida; it's Georgia too.
Well, they were actually affected by the pipeline.
It's Florida. It's the states above us that are more affected, but it's Florida that's just fucking
freaking out for no reason.
Yeah, because Florida's a bunch of crazy people.
Yeah, Florida is a bunch of crazy people.
Dude, they literally said the only reason why there's any shortage of gas in Florida is straight up because people were just fear buying.
They're freaking out for no reason.
Yeah, it's a shame
because they're uninformed.
It's hilarious.
They don't do the research.
I haven't personally seen a gas station that's been filled up with people, but
I guess down the road, right? Down the road,
yesterday for sure.
We had some busy people.
Everyone, there was like 30-minute lines, hour lines of like the major gas stations. They all ran out of gas,
like
for
Wawa,
for no reason. For no reason.
It's a shame. Like, what's crazy is like social media is just driving people nuts. People on the very smallest thing, people were just freaking out. Yes, the pipeline was shut down, yada yada. But like, if it wasn't for social media, like, no one would have even known, and gas would have been working fine because they got it turned back on. Those guys got, the hackers got $5 million. That's all you asked for. They got $5 million, and then they're not even on the internet. Like, they can't even find them now.
Yeah.
And so
they just got $5 million.
$5 million.
There's no way they're in the
First
US.
off, they said they came out with a press statement and said, not even press, maybe online. They said they weren't trying to ruin society. They were just trying to get paid. I guess. I mean, $5 million. I feel like
that's nothing for
how much money that pipeline is worth. You would ask for more than $5 million.
Yeah, right?
That's literally nothing for what. Like that $5 million is like a couple of fucking minutes of that pipeline spewing gas out to all the states.
Do you think it's like an inside thing? Like they're just trying to like
it definitely spurred from an insider at some point in time, and it got to them. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna take advantage."
I mean, $5 million is a lot of money.
Depending on how many hackers it was, for sure. Yeah.
To us, I mean, I
say it was 2 people, 3 people. Oh, I'm gonna go to the island and retire on that money for sure.
Oh fuck yeah.
But like I'm just thinking, like the oil industry.
They could have got a lot more.
And if they're that smart, they're gonna go to an island and hack something else and make more money off of it.
And I guess you get something small like that, like they're not gonna really come after. Like they're not gonna get after you that. Like you're gonna get paid faster, right? Because they paid it. They got paid
real quick,
and then he dropped off the face of the world.
I've been in companies too, though, where like you had that one employee that clicked on that one email on that one link was an exe file, and they weren't supposed to, and it was some hacker that now your system and your server's hacked, and it literally pops up on everyone's computer, and you have to pay them within like 72 hours, or they're gonna delete your whole server. And I've been on jobs where that situation has happened.
So what?
And you literally pay them in like either gift cards or like something that's not traceable, and they're that smart because you're like, I have 72 hours to figure this out. The government's not going to help me out. The police stations aren't going to help me out and give me some like computer genius to figure this out. So you literally have to pay them an untraceable, like unmarkable like items, and they get the money and they leave. You never see.
So what happened? So all right. So walk me through. Like so. Give us one of these examples of this.
Everyone in the company got that one email where you're like, you need to like click on this for some type of offer.
Mm-hmm.
And that one employee that was stupid enough to actually do it, because a lot of us like, so you would hope you would hire someone that's smart enough to like either ask a question first or at least not do it, which I was both. And so one person actually clicked on it. It was an exe file, and they hit run on the computer. And it downloaded a virus that implemented themselves into the server on our company, so it would download every file, and it locked everybody out of the server. And that server is where we back up every single file you can think of, from design files to accounting to everything you can think of. And all of a sudden, everyone's computer pops up with a blue screen, and it's like, you have 72 hours, and it's a countdown, and until you either pay us at this address with these certain type of cards, or we're wiping your whole server.
Holy shit.
And literally, you think a police station is going to help you out in 72 hours on a computer hacker and
No.
on a local job?
It takes
So we
what,
literally
48 hours to even report a missing person?
We literally had to go buy like Visa cards and like pay this thing like in Visa cards and like in 72 hours just so we can get that little blue screen of death off of our screens and hope our server wasn't deleted after that. And I've been through this. Like this shit's real.
So like, is that like once the email goes out, right, and someone clicks on it, so then I'm assuming you're getting another company-wide email, right?
Yeah.
That's saying, hey,
Don't
don't click on this.
Yeah. And somebody already did. yeah, for sure. This shit's real. Like this shit happens. Like every day.
How many times
every day this shit happens.
Really?
Yeah, and you just gotta hope that you have smart employees that they don't click on these kinds of things.
Holy cow.
At least look at the file. If it's a PDF, you're fine. If it's like something else, fine. If it's an EXE, do not click on that.
Damn.
That's the kinds of things that like exe files are like the files like your Mozillas or your like those are the things that you implement into your hard drive or your server. Like now it's part of your computer.
Mm-hmm.
This thing it uploaded an exe file that was a virus and it froze the server. No one could access it. No one could look at it. No one could back it up. And hopefully that your company was smart enough that you had a backup and they back up that shit daily, weekly, daily, weekly, monthly, depending on how big your company is. Which I've been in some pretty big companies, and the big ones they update them maybe bi-daily or maybe weekly at the very least. But the smaller companies maybe once a month. And if you're going through like metadata, like terabytes every day, that's a lot of data you're gonna lose in a month. So you're like, yeah, and if you're on a big contract, I was working off a DOT contract at the time. Like these are some important data, and we needed that. If we lost that, we'd have to rerun everything, go back to the state. Like this is like some important shit. And so we had to pay that within sort of 72 hours to get all that data back, or we were like, this is game over. We lost our contract with the DOT. We're gonna like lose millions of dollars. Like it was worth the couple thousand we had to pay these guys, you know.
Holy cow!
They asked for like 15,000, and we're like, we 24 hours think it over. We're like, we have to do this. The cops aren't gonna help us out. They're not smart enough to like do anything for us. Like so, we got a bunch of Visa cards, put some prepaid on there, and then paid it. I'm like, oh.
So it's like the company at that point in time, you're just shut down of all activity until it's like figured out.
Pretty much.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah,
Holy
everything was frozen for 72 hours. Like we couldn't do anything, and they were just like they were running through all of our options. So like we contacted the authorities. They can't do anything because they're not smart to do anything. They don't have like your local police don't have like coders just like on hand ready to just help you out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here you go. Here's a guy to fight this cyber attack. No, you have a countdown on everyone's screen that's like you need to pay us this amount of money before this timer goes out, or we're deleting your server.
Damn. It's a good thing you don't work there anymore.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, I would say like almost anything internet now. I mean, anything,
Yeah,
especially
seriously.
like if you do marketing. Marketing's even I would say it's bad because like you got to think you have anything cyber, like anything that you collect data, because everything collects data.
Cybersecurity is one of the most highest paying jobs there is right now because it's so hard to find guys. Like if you find the good hackers and you actually find them, you either one take them to jail or you hire them for your team. Like these in the movies that you see this happening in, it's legit. If they
a lot of hackers do.
If they can actually find the good hackers, they're like, you're either going to jail for your life or you're going to come work for us. And they all choose they're going to come work for you.
I think they have conventions. They have hacker conventions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they'd like do that shit.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
What a world.
Those movies are real, like legit.
What a fucking world.
If you can find a good hacker, you want them to work for you.
Jesus, that would be like.
Do you know how smart you have to be able to do that?
It's just like
honestly, it's experience. If you know code and then you know the ins and outs of a computer, which I'm learning a lot about that with my current job, like understanding links, understanding how to create coding and tracking and all that kind of stuff, and understanding like if you go to a URL right now, understanding what each part of that URL means. I've learned so much in the past month. And I can only imagine if you just started out as a youth and that was your obsession for a very long time, you'd figure out what each part of that URL was and how to get to the IP address, how to get to the owner's address, like everything.
That's not even it. Like you can do you can pull up a page right now. You can pull like
domain tools.
Domain tools.
Yeah,
you
right
pull
now.
up a code right now on this page.
I do the same thing right now.
Coding all of it,
Yep.
all the way through, and someone could just.
It can tell you every site it redirects through. Like before you click on this, it probably redirected like 3 times just so it could track 3 different other people that were like, this is why you got here. This is like is like Inception, bro. There's just so many layers to this stuff.
Oh,
nuts.
I'm getting
There's
levels
nuts.
to these battles.
I'm getting mind
It's
blown.
nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know any of this stuff, so I'm getting a little mind blown.
Yeah, there was that documentary, what was the one on Netflix about the social network? Was that what it was called? Was that the
movie?
Was that the movie?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
So the documentary was talking about how Facebook and all social media like just tracks everybody and like how they do it and manipulate. And I was watching it and I'm going, yeah, I knew this, but then people who aren't in digital marketing fucking were freaking out, and I'm like,
That's
oh yeah, I forgot that the majority of the world
Yeah.
doesn't know that you can actually do this, and this is what happens every single
What can
day.
you click on?
So are you talking about like if I were to like go on a website and look for T-shirts, and I went on Facebook or Instagram, and that T-shirt would pop up on my Facebook or Instagram? Is that
Yep.
what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's like a pixel.
Yeah.
That's like, or a cookie, which they just made a cookie. I think they're outlawing cookies, which is just another tracking type of tool. But that's like what it does. It cookies your IP almost, and it just fucking tracks you all over the internet for however long. So you'll see your advertisements. So all the advertisements
Yeah.
will be on there.
Yeah.
So
Because I know every time I was looking at T-shirts the other day, and I went on Instagram and I saw those T-shirts that I
Yeah.
was just looking at, literally not even 10 minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
These
on
things
my
are smart enough
Instagram.
now, though. If you're on the same Wi-Fi or the same network, and he searches for something, it'll now pop up on yours just because you're on the same.
Because
network.
we're on the same Wi-Fi
Yeah,
network.
yeah, same networks.
That's
Yeah,
which is
it's that smart.
which
now.
I've seen
because
some-
he probably talked about it with one of y'all, and they're like, well, if he talked about it with someone that he's searching, let me put it on there.
See some
Well,
super
because
what
when
they
I,
wanna
I was
buy.
talking to him about your T-shirts that you were wearing last weekend, those built ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So then I started looking up T-shirts, and that's literally what happened. I started seeing like built
they got
on
you.
my
They got you
on my
good.
Instagram, and I started seeing
Yep.
They got you good.
like fresh cut tees is another one that I saw on my Instagram.
I mean, I don't know who's been looking at it, but I started getting like weird, awkward ads. So I don't know what you're looking at online,
Oh shit!
but
Which ones?
subscription like Pornhub? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't go on Pornhub. It's only browsers. I got a
Yeah.
subscription.
The realistic
He pays.
I pay for my porn.
I'm the cheap guy.
I pay for my porn. Don't worry about me. It's
Oh,
not
shit.
Pornhub.
Splashed again. I'm on a heater right now.
Dude,
Dude,
when,
I
when you
can't
get on
do
a
it.
podcast, you don't know how to do beers.
I don't know how to drink.
You don't know how to
Dude,
do
did
beers.
this last week. I did this. I spilled it the other day. Dude, we think we might have a Brazzers house down the street.
Oh, we do. Yeah,
In
we
this
do.
neighborhood?
No, we do.
We
Yeah.
think we do. Well, we're not sure. Except for one house had a
Pretty sure.
whole freaking Brazzer like sticker on the whole
I think
back.
he's got a. I think he has a casting couch in there somewhere.
Might be.
Honestly, this couch right here reminds me of that.
It is.
casting couch.
That is. That is a casting couch. That is we have called it the casting couch.
We have called it. We have not done any casting on it, so it's just the couch
We
yet.
have not done any.
It's
no.
still just a couch.
One episode, just like have one girl sitting, like this be the opening scene, and just like one girl sitting on this couch, and then you go into it like, well, this, I don't know what y'all are doing this episode, but
Just yeah.
Hey man,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
We did a lot of moving and shaking, but yeah, that is the casting couch when we do have people on there. So
I think the people next door definitely do have some Brazzer stuff going on.
there might be. If they come knocking over and ask me to act like the repairman or act like the neighbor next door, then we know for sure that it
I mean,
is.
would you do it though?
No.
a
No.
lot of money.
Nate,
Well, what's the money situation?
here we
I
go.
was gonna morph this into
Here we
swingers, but
go.
now I'm more intrigued on this. Like, how,
Well,
much,
I
how
mean,
much money would it take to
I
get,
think it would be-
get Nate to act like a repairman?
I think it would
The
be
good
dumb
thing is
to not.
Tab is definitely not going to make it 50 minutes into this episode. She'll never.
She won't know. So
She'll
I
never
don't.
know.
You guys, question: what's the offer? The offer is the big thing.
50 G's.
I don't know how much porn people get paid, though. That's the thing.
I don't think
I guess
either.
amateurs don't get paid very much.
Apparently, Mia.
Well, yeah, 'cause
was,
it's
like,
free.
All mad because she got paid so little.
She
and
gets-
she's
she-
like
yeah,
one of
she
those
didn't-
like popular people there is. in
She didn't get
search.
paid very much.
Yeah.
So if she's not getting paid,
Mia.
Oh,
oh, don't act like you don't know.
I don't know
Yeah,
who she is.
Mia Khalifa.
Who?
Really?
Who?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
That's like saying I don't know who freaking
Brooke
Barack
is-
Obama is.
That's true. Everybody knows who
Oh,
she is.
I went hot girl.
No, that is true. If you're amateurs, like the amateur ones, or you're just a video, just a cell
Yeah.
phone.
It's like
Sometimes they turn
it's like
it on.
me. It's like yeah, we're amateurs.
What's the payout? What's the payout?
Oh, I thought you meant like Mia is like, oh, the ones I made. You know,
Oh, the ones that you two make.
Yeah,
Maybe I do.
yeah.
Maybe I don't.
You know what? That's why we brought you on here, Brandon, because we're really trying to open that door inside the world of you two.
This got weird.
Yeah. a couple shots, a couple beers.
Sure.
Let's let it roll.
You know me and Colin. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Are we talking more Eiffel Tower? Or are we talking more...
All right, we're getting.
All right, now bust the nuts. As Ted Lasso would say, bust the nuts.
It's getting a little
Next
weird.
topic.
It's getting a little weird. But all right, man.
Well, I think this is it.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was
I
good to
think
have
so.
our first fucking
That was a good
guest.
test run.
We
This
did.
worked.
Thank God,
Yeah.
man. We finally got a guest on. We've been
Yeah.
trying.
Jonathan Isaac. my boy
Opened
over
it
here.
up.
Yeah, man.
It's a different. I will say this. It's a little different communications. I mean, we all talk in groups,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still like a little different.
But understanding like the flow.
The
Yeah,
rhythm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it.
Yeah,
Brings
it's
a
a
lot
good
more
time.
energy.
It is a good time, man.
Definitely been fun, boys. Definitely
The
been fun.
guest,
Hopefully-
the guest scene. It might be the way to go.
Hopefully you'll have me back. I definitely had a good time.
Oh yeah, we got. Well, if we make it work,
Heart
hopefully
rate.
football season for what's your heart rate?
Heart rate check 78. It went down.
Oh!
We started at like 96.
He's getting comfortable.
I'm
He
just
is.
feeling real good now.
Time to take advantage of him.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll the whole next hour.
Back to back podcast. Back to back podcast.
All right,
right,
that was
Brandon.
number 9.
Yeah, guys,
All right.
It's been fun.
We are
We'll
out.
see you. We'll see you at Winter Garden.
Until next time.